What is up, fam? Welcome back to Lethal Gaming. It's your Lethal Gamer here, bringing you another ranked game of Age of Empires 2. Shout out to my homeboy Peter. We were talking while I was on this game, and you got to watch a little bit of it, but now you get to see the whole deal from both perspectives. Let's jump into it, guys. I was AFK, so rip villager standing, chilling there, thinking about something. Guys, let's introduce the players and jump into this 1v1 Arabia game. Lethal is red as the Bohemians, the Bohemian Empire. Light blue is Tigui, not Luigi, but Tigui, or Tigui as the Burmese. Guys, quick update on y'all with civs. Bohemians is a gunpowder and monk civilization. The Burmese is an infantry and cavalry civilization, although I feel like they are more cavalry since I've never played infantry, and they do have battle elephants. So keep in mind, guys, elephants are strong, they're a good option, but they do get countered hard if the other opponent plays well because of monks. Pikemen I feel like is a mediocre counter nowadays, but monks are pretty good. Convert one of those bad boys and now you just gave up a whole free elephant. Guys, today's game was a little back and forth. Does it hit late game? We'll see. No spoilers here, but Lethal's just doing a standard opening. Look at that scouting, guys. Whoo! I've been guys, Lethal has been, not me, of course. I'm not Lethal, right? Lethal has been scouting quite far with those turkeys, trying to make sure he gets vision early and whatnot, which is good, guys. That is actually very recommended. It's very worth it. It's definitely what pro players do. They scout to the moon with their chickens and turkeys because you don't need them to sit around your town center. Might as well scout the whole map. So lethal scouting's pretty good. Luring in a boar. Teal already has another boar. Look at Teal scouting. Pretty solid, pretty solid. Sees most of the plays. He is luring some deer, guys. Typically deer lure means early feudal age or homies trying to go early castle age. We'll see what happens in just a second. Lethal's strategy here is, you know, spoiler alert, I can read his mind. 21 pop scout. Lethal was thinking archer or scouts. What did he pick in this game? Well, he realized he's Bohemians, which is a gunpowder and monk civilization. And essentially, if you have gunpowder units, hand cannoneer, they're in the archery range. So it's better to build that archery range. So in the early stage of the game, so in the later stages, you can utilize it for hand cannoneers or some gunpowder troop, which is the only gunpowder troop in the archer range, basically. Bohemians, they do have a war wagon, not the war wagon from whatchamacallit, the Korean team, but they do have a wagon that deals a good amount of damage and it's very tanky. I think it's called the Hussite wagon. I should know this because, you know, I just play the Bohemians. Lethal's doing a little boar lure here, a little cheeky lure, chilling with the scout. Obviously, gotta AFK sometimes. Can't have infinite micro in one game. Let's take a quick look at Teal, guys. Teal played really well this game. I think, honestly, Teal should have won this game, but unfortunately, things happened. Things changed the tide of the game. He had a good opening. He's doing a lot of food, cleared his boars out. You know, he's managing his resources very well. Kind of waste of a house, but if you're trying to close the game early on, you don't care about walling. I totally get it, and that's kind of an eye-opener, guys. Look at this. If you see this kind of thing, typically this means your opponent is doing some kind of rush strategy, meaning he wants to close the game early. He's not trying to wall, build economy, take his time kumbayaing in Neverland. After this game, guys, I believe we hit 1484. So I did tell Peter I was 1500 or 1550. That is a lie. I'm almost there. It's going to be a new milestone for us, guys. So I'm very happy. And I'm glad that I got to play one ranked game, because it's been a couple days since I got to play a game. And I'm like, I got to keep myself warm, you know. Rank is a little different than normal gameplay. Rank, you feel pressure. You want to win. You want to climb the ladder. You want to do your best, you know, to essentially not screw up and go back to 0 LP or 0 points, whatever you call it. Lethal scores rocketing. He's at 22 pop, going to the feudal age. He's researching Loom right now, which is good. Guys always research Loom. Technically, Teal is 22 pop as well. Interesting. So he did do the same thing. I noticed this scout. I knew he was luring deer, and I should have just messed around with him, but I was just feeling a little lazy. I'm like, what is he gonna do? Boop. And I'm like, oh, Peter, he might go castle. You know, this guy's mining stone right now. So let's see how he utilizes early stone timing to get a castle in the future, guys. I thought that was very interesting to do two in the feudal age, but this is a dead giveaway, either tower rush or castle age. Homie's starting to wall up. He has 4 villagers safe here. Teal sees this, and he's, you know, I mean, Lethal sees this as red, which is my favorite color in AOE too. I do like blue as well. I used to play gray all the time because I thought it was hilarious. You look like stone, but red's like, all right, you know, I gotta commit to this rush. I'm almost feudal age. I need to have some wood to build a lumberjack. Come on, bro, get back to work. Can't do that to yourself. And he's poking around at the scout, you know, trying to make sure that homeboy is chilling, not getting too aggressive right away. But Lethal pulls back, and he's like, okay, I think I know what he's doing. He's gonna go feudal age, probably go tower rushing. And so Lethal's like, okay, I gotta go see if he's building military buildings. What the flip is this guy doing? So Lethal's running back, and look at this. This ain't good too, guys. 7 vills. He has 762 food. He is almost to the castle age, but not there yet. Lethal sees a blacksmith and a market drop. I wonder what this is, guys. These are 2 buildings from feudal age to castle age. You need 2 buildings, feudal age buildings. You can do either a blacksmith, a market, or you could do an archery range and a stable. That is totally up to you. Barracks does not count. Barracks is a dark age building. So Lethal sees this, and Lethal's like, yep, homeboy is going feudal age, early feudal. Let's see what he does, guys, to hit that timing. He has 800 food. He's lacking the 200 gold, and he's probably just going to buy and sell some wood. What is going to happen here? A moment of suspense. Boop. He sells wood, guys. His wood drops at 24 pop. He's going to the early castle. He has 11. Ideally, 10 is enough, especially because he had 2 early villagers grinding it out. But homie has 11. Lethal's like, okay, I know what he's doing. He's patrolling this guy. I know what he's doing. I'm going to send some archers, right? We're building those archers. We're trying to utilize villagers on wood so I can sustain production and slowly see those farms, guys. Because I'm almost at castle age. I can build 1 more building, and we're going to go to castle age. Guys, I did do this, guys. I think this is worth it. Mill for deer is worth it sometimes, especially those little guys. I don't know what they're called, but they're like 40 foot each, and there's 10 of them. You don't want your villagers trailing back and forth like trolls. Instead, you can make this blacksmith, build a lumberjack, clear this out quickly, and get 300 wood in that time frame of them walking. Instead, they'll be cutting, right? So Lethal's like, all right. I read him well. He's doing... As soon as I saw this, I'm like, he ain't doing tower rush. He's doing castle rush, but this is my time to rush. This would have been a good spot to go to. Just leave 1 here. But he's like, nah, I want to get a pick, you know, kill villager to get an advantage. Lethal seeding those farms. He's so close. He's so close. Homie should be clicking the castle age. Okay, let's not get distracted. He's trying to, you know, put on some pressure. Teal's like, crap, running around. Lethal finally clicks castle age. What a drag. Took forever. And bam, he clicks castle age at 1450. Homie is castle age at 1450. He's like, okay, this is not good, but I got rush advantage. Where is he going to build his castle? Who knows? We'll have to find it, right? Lethal's obviously doing a little jerking around with that scout, but boom. Should have definitely scouted a little more. Lethal does not see this castle at all. Teal's like, I need the gold. I'm gonna utilize this castle on this side of town. Instead he goes up, he's looking for him. Teal is doing, you know, I guess this isn't the best play. He builds a defensive castle, which is very important, but look what's happening here. His economy is idle. He's not building anything. His economy's chilling. But he is making up by going on gold, seeding some farms, dropping another villager in the queue. Not the best thing. His score is pretty low. Lethal sees this. His scout runs off. He's like, okay, homie has a castle. He's going a Rumbai, guys. Why are a Rumbai a good, valid option with the Burmese? I don't know. I don't know, guys. We'll find out. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know. No Italian, no fettuccine. I don't know. And this is good, guys. Lethal was like, okay, he's gonna castle drop. I know where his castle drop is, but whatever. It was worth clearing up those little jaguars and chilling. And there's another 3D here. Could be definitely used. Lethal hits castle age. So he's chilling. He's like, okay, homie has a castle. I want a castle. Gotta defend castle with a castle, right? So he's gonna put 11 at castle age, and we'll see how fast he gets his castle up. But you know, ideally 2 minutes. Oh, now he has 12 on there. He's no life in it. He has a TC. He has his mining camp, guys. It's nice to do one tile away so they could surround it and drop. If you do it next to it, unless you're going a few, it's kind of bad for like 10 villagers because they get trapped and they mess around and it's just not healthy. Homie's already pumping out a Rumbai. But last I remember, these are wood and gold cost. So he's just maximizing guys wood and gold, and he's like, all right, I don't care. I want to go get aggressive. Sending villagers, sending a Rumbai. You know, Lethal's a little walled off. He's like, okay, can't go here. He's definitely scouting. He's trying to close this game, guys. What was I talking about earlier? He's gonna go aggressive to close the game. Typically 1 TC all-ins are common, especially in lower ELO. You don't see them too often higher ELO, but they are common and they do happen, so there's nothing to forget. If you're a player in AOE 2, be aware. If you see something like this, he's most likely doing an all-in, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, he's doing all-in, but I have a 2 TC advantage, so now I can pump 2 villagers, but I gotta make sure not to get closed out right now. So Lethal's trying to wall off a little bit, not walling this side off, but he's at least did a little bit of a wall here. Made sure to take care of that hole. He's building something at least, you know, gotta build something. You can't let yourself have no army. At the very minimum, like archers, maybe I'll buy the archer upgrade, but I'm like trying to sustain 2 TC production. Not gonna happen, right? Homie sees Lethal's TCs. He sees 2 of them. He's like, okay, I don't care. You know? We're gonna build a siege workshop. We're gonna keep 1 villager production at a time because all you need is just 4 villagers here. Ideally, you want 5 or 6 to sustain 1 vill production, but you know, he could always buy the food if he needs it. This is Lethal's mistake. Lethal sees a monastery. He doesn't see that. He could have technically dropped the castle right here. He would have protected this and somewhat of this, and that guy would have to go all the way around to attack. Instead, Lethal's like, okay, I want to protect my gold. This is going to be so important for production. And I see this, I'm like, oh snap, Teal is going hardcore. He has Siege Workshop somewhere, or at least he had time to bring Manga. Now at this point, Lethal is pressured, although he is in the score lead. He's feeling it. He's like, oh snap, look at this eco. He can sustain infinite amount of Rumbai and Siege Workshop troops. Nah, never mind, pull 5 off and put him on gold, right? Not enough gold at the moment, or you could just always market the extra wood. He's building those monasteries. He did buy redemption, so forgot what redemption did, but it does something. I mean, let's take a quick look, guys. Oh, let's take a quick look. What does redemption do? Not trying to waste your time, guys. It's a learning curve for everyone. I don't use the monastery ever. Redemption, monks can convert siege weapons and buildings. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. It had to be buildings and siege weapons, because what else would be a monk before? Like, what would you use it for, right? So he's trying to get a little bit of vision here. Teal is like, okay, I see nothing besides some newbie archers. I got the game in the bag. You know, pick up that pouch full of goodies and go home. Lethal, boom, shows his face. Hussite wagon. There we go, guys. 10 times 5 damage. So this is technically 50. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't feel like 50. It just did 7 damage against this mega now. So, nah, it's more like 7. But It does shoot rocks, multiple rocks, so it does a little AOE damage. These guys are pretty tanky. They have 7 pierce armor, which is great against archer units. This unit is kind of interesting. It's a dart. Is it an archer unit? Yeah, it's considered a ranged unit, but it's also a cav, right? So Lethal's like, I gotta make sure I don't lose this. So he's trying to micro this, juking his siege weaponry, you know, those mangonel shots a little bit, but it is a little bit not fortunate because he is idling villagers. He goes overextends here. This is not necessary. Just chill next to your town center. You know, guys, in this situation, you know Teal has the numbers. He has 15 to run by. He has 3 siege workshops. He needs to continue production. He can't be chilling at this point. He's in an all-in strat. He's seeding farms, which is great, so he can sustain his food production. But he could have added at least 5 more on gold. He was lacking gold this game. Build a monk, start collecting these 3, 4, 5. He sees all the relics in the map. Collect them slowly. And he's doing it all in. And if you know that your opponent's doing it all in, you gotta either somehow play it off to the late game and build some eco in the background, or you go all in yourself. In this case, Lethal has 2 castles up. He's chilling. Ouch. Losing some unnecessary troops there. Teal does take a shot, and let's take Fog of War off, guys. We're at the stage where it's Castle Age. Who knows when they're gonna hit Imperial Age? I want to see both views. So Teal, what is he doing at this point? Castle here, castle there. I'm pretty sure he knows both castles. He doesn't know this castle. He's trying to find a way in, so he's avoiding the castle. He moved his guys here. These mangonels are putting work on this town center. Very nice play. Lethal's trying to micro. Boom, dodges all those shots, but he's not getting lucky, you know. Essentially, this is a mistake. Running through. Ouch. Gets a free kill there for no good reason. Lethal does get another one. Oh, snap. Little Clash of Titans, guys, but Lethal's losing his whole freaking army. Look at these darts do work. Bam. Just Slaughterville. So Lethal's basically about to lose a town center. He's on 1 TC now. He has villagers chilling. What does he do? He lost his whole freaking army. Obviously, 2 castles means he can't do anything with this. This is not a castle killing army. Pull that villager, Lethal. Listen. Aw, dead. Around by are also AOE troops. Just for you guys to know, they can throw in a group and kill all of them, basically. This is when Teal finds out. Okay. Lethal has, you know, 2 castles. Bam. Can't go there. What the heck are you gonna do there, right? Let's see this. Does he notice this? Does he notice this? Homie does not notice this. I thought he noticed. I was like, please, please, please don't see this. And Lethal is managing to build a castle here. But homie sees it. Lethal has 23 bills. Let's see how many he pumps down. Oh my gosh, this is bad. Lethal already has 17 bills. Lethal pulls his army. He's desperately... Oh man. What does he not even lose a troop? This is the best trade ever, guys. Around by OP. They run away. They do tons of damage. Lethal has 11 villagers left out of 20. So 10 pop, discount. GG well played. Look at that score lead. 1,000 against Lethal. 3,900. That's actually 1,200 score lead, basically. And do you remember the motto, fam? Never give up. Never surrender. Lethal is targeting his siege workshop. Why is this important? Homie's building battering rams. He wants to take these castles down. He ain't messing around. But Lethal's like, you know what? This is bad, guys. He has a score lead. Build those villas. Build those military. No need to build one at a time. He has 679 stone. Go drop a forward castle, right? Teal has a lot of options right now. Instead, he's going around. He's slowly queuing up again. Guys, this is lower ELO bracket. They don't queue up. But what am I talking about? What the flip is Lethal doing? At least he's producing a TC. He can't produce at a 3. See, Lethal, what are you doing? Pull some off of wood. Send him to gold. He actually did do it earlier, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So he does do it, right? Lethal's listening to my voice. He pulls off of wood. Should have pulled all of them off, but these are stuck. Should have deleted this and rebuilt it. But Lethal takes down the siege workshop. He does notice the siege ram, so he's like, all right, I'm going to clear this up. He doesn't have any monastery. We're chilling. Lethal also notices this guy's attack. He's like, okay, I got time. Let's kill some of this crap, and then I'll bring my whole army and deal with this. He's not going to go in for a full-out blowout because he can't, but he's trying to Take out the last TC I got. He obviously doesn't know if this is the last TC, but he has a pretty good idea from earlier scouting that I was only on 2 town centers. Teal is building some houses. I mean, who cares? Let's look here, guys. So Teal at this point is like, okay, I gotta take this out. Not much micro from Lethal's taking a head-on battle. Not really moving anything. He's like, all right, I need to start marking. Look at that AOE, AOE, everything. This is a great battle, guys, except Lethal should have a better micro. There it is. There it is. Let's go, Lethal. Hit and run. Hit and run. It's not a dine and ditch day, but it's a hit and run day, you know? Lethal takes down another one. Bam. Guys, so what do you do as Teal here? You're down 1 manga now. I mean, you keep harassing him, but I would take this with a grain of salt. I would harass him and run away as fast as possible because, you know, Lethal's going to close in and clean it up if you don't. So let's see what Teal does. He's ticking around. He's not paying attention. There he goes. He notices his army getting creamed. He runs off. Lethal decides to chase him. That's okay. Lower your little bracket. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Lower your little bracket. Maybe this guy's going to stay here and do nothing, right? Isn't that what he's going to do? Hey, what are we doing? Can we go get a drink? Nah, man. We're just going to sacrifice ourselves. 1 HP. Almost dead. So Lethal's just chasing him down. You know, I'm thinking he's probably just going to go to the corner and stop again. So Lethal's still chasing this homie. You got to pull your army out. Guys, hold shift, click here, and click on your mini-map over here. And you're out. Your troops will get out safely. At this point, Teal loses like 10 around by. He started with 20 over there. This is very bad. Lethal notices villagers being pulled. Lethal, look at this, guys. Look at this action. Lethal notices this. He's like, oh, I cannot let him build this castle. This is bad. Guys, with better micro, you could definitely attack villagers that are building, but there's a lot going on. Lethal's trying to pull this. Lethal's trying to pull this. Lethal is like, okay, I got to stop at least 1 castle. He's probably building another one with this. So Teal has the resources. Lethal brings those useless archers. Nah, useful archers. Look at this gold, guys. Bam. He's going to deny a castle, hopefully. 4,400, 4,500. Homie has less than 300 HP. And GG. Castle is denied. He's like, okay, I'm going to build this castle. I'm going to pull my army, see if I can fight him. Around by, look at this. They're archer. They're archer damage. So this tanks it, guys. This tanks it. Lethal pulls his army. Well, it's not the best pull, but look at this, guys. Volleys being juked and dodged by the slow unit. Pull your archers. And the volleys don't do that much damage, unless they, of course, land. But in this case, Lethal just, whatever, walks past it. Guys, this is where ballistics is very important. Volleys and archer fire will follow the target. So if your guy's moving this way, his volley will calculate his movement and hit him. This obviously is from the university, and not everybody has that university up, right? Let's see what Teal's doing. Yeah, he doesn't give a crap about universities. Homie is just chilling. Teal, on the other hand, guy, he's more than halfway to Imperial Age. He's still building around by. He's like, okay, I know my win condition. I'm gonna hit Imp, build some Trebs, kill this guy, right? What else he's gonna do? He doesn't want to see 70 pops. So look, Lethal's taking the score now. He has 46 villagers. Can't believe last casted game I was trying to count him out. It's right there, Lethal. Lethal's at 62 villagers. This is really bad for Tigui. Tigui has no economy advantage anymore. After all that harassment, killing a town center, killing over 10 villagers here possibly, Lethal still has the economy advantage because he was pumping on 2 vills, 2 TCs, and he keeps pumping 1 TC actively. But Lethal's like, okay, I gotta go to Imp. So he's trying to build a market. Lethal, gotta build a market, do something. He sees the Imperial Age. He's like, okay, I'm fine. I'm gonna hit Imp soon. Lethal's sending a little bit of harass. Lethal's scouting. He's like, okay, I need to get used to this, guys. Find his areas with resources. Obviously, Lethal walked past this, so that was unfortunate. But it's all gooch. Look at this. He distracts his whole army. Lethal is able to clean up this castle in just a jiffy. Bam, 100 HP. He's cleaned up the houses. Lethal just, you know, marketed to Imperial Age. He sold some wood, bought some food with gold, blah, 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 the whole 9. Let's see what Teal is doing. He has 1 Treb. Homie should have built more Trebs, but you can't back up those Trebs without an army, right? This guy doesn't realize around by range isn't affected by this, so I guess he's still a newer player. But heck, a newer player kicking my butt, or maybe not informed player, kudos. You know, Lethal scouting, trying to make sure he's not taking any other place. Who knows? Lethal, see, he sees this. He sends these guys to harass. They are, but bam, villagers are gold, guys. Don't ever deny villager attacking, because some troops they will own. GG, he calls it a GG. No, I needed to see that, guys. So essentially, Lethal hits Imperial Age. Not yet, actually. He sees this army of side wagons. He sees the score lead. Basically, his trip dies, and he calls it a GG. What a not cool thing to do. Could have kept going. Lethal is definitely starting to produce more Sight Wagon. Could produce another one if he had the micro for it, now that he has resources floating quite a bit. Could definitely start building a university, considering technologies for the castles, for these guys. This is a gunpowder troop, guys. So definitely chemistry would affect them, as well as I think. Let's take a quick look for personal information. What blacksmith researches would affect this guy? He's a gunpowder unit, siege gunpowder unit. So this is considered a siege unit. It's not even considered a cav range. It's considered a gunpowder siege unit. So anything from the blacksmith will not affect this guy, as far as I'm aware. I could totally be wrong, but we read it that way, and that's how we understand it right now. So essentially, we would want to just build a university, buy our researches from the castle, continue this. I was about to hit Imperial Age, and I was planning to just build cannons, or build trebs, whichever. I mean, trebs is still okay, because you have 3 castles. Obviously, dropping it to sea at this point would be very healthy, to just buy 100 stone, drop like one right here. Anywhere really, even going down this way, building a monastery. There's so many things you could do, but homie calls it a GG. Rip. Guys, I thought he won this game. For the longest time, I was like, I'm screwed. He has the higher score. He has imp now. But then I was like, don't stress. You got a lot of army. How is he going to back up this treb unless he builds a castle? Teal does not have anything for a castle. He's not pumping out anything. He's at 72 pop, so essentially he gives up. GG, well played. He's only 12 villagers down, but did have advantage most game. Did a lot of economy damage. Lethal barely did anything. Didn't even kill a villager in the feudal age, but at least he distracted him, harassed him a little bit, and basically transitioned to castle as well. Because I figured last time I built skirmishers against these troops, they got owned. Last time I built knights against these troops, they got owned. These troops hit and run all day. So I'm like, what do Bohemians have? They have that tanky war wagon with pierce armor. I might as well build this guy and hopefully call it a day, right? And I kind of went overboard, but kind of needed to as well. Let's take a quick look at the score and call it a day, fam. Military, 45-48. Both had the same army. Both lost the same amount. But he lost more army than I did. I lost army and economy. Look at that economy advantage, guys. This is why you have to keep producing villagers and not slack off. 10, 14, 39. This guy had solid timings. Even this was a solid timing. With a all-in Castle Age, 1 TC. Some people barely managed to get 30-minute timing without doing an all-in on 3 TCs. Obviously, you can get 25 to 28-minute timing if you're really good with a military, but you can't fully commit to the military. He did have a 57 villager high, so homie wasn't that far behind me at one point. Probably was even ahead, except Lethal outplayed him. So GG, well played, guys. Stay lethal. Love y'all. Take care, and God bless.